Welcome to the deep dive. Today we've got a stack of sources focusing on what feels like the fastest moving narrative in crypto right now.
Absolutely. We're talking about that really explosive intersection of artificial intelligence and, well, decentralized tech, specifically AI agents.
Yeah, AI agents, it's gone from sci-fi to like actual market reality pretty fast.
It really has. So our mission today is basically to give you a shortcut. Yeah. We want you to walk away knowing what these things are,
Right.
what's driving all the market interest, the big money catalysts. And then probably most important, we'll dive into 10 promising projects that are actually building this stuff out.
Okay, sounds good. Because AI agent gets thrown around a lot. So let's nail down a definition first. What makes an AI agent in crypto different from, say, just a regular trading bot or even something like ChatGPT?
That's the key question. It really comes down to autonomy and decentralization.
Hmm.
So at its core, an AI agent is this autonomous program, right? It uses sophisticated AI to analyze data, do complex tasks, and this is critical, make decisions without someone constantly looking over its shoulder.
Okay, so it acts on its own.
Exactly. But the crypto part is how it integrates with things like smart contracts and decentralized networks.
Yeah.
This lets the agent actually operate on chain, hold assets, maybe even earn revenue by itself. It's way more dynamic.
So think of it like instead of just telling you maybe buy Bitcoin now, the agent actually sees the market condition, decides, yep, buy Bitcoin, and then does the trade using a smart contract all on its own.
Precisely. That's the leap. They're not just processing information, they're acting on it. An agent could be scanning global news, looking at on-chain data, gauging sentiment on X.
Well, let's.
All at once, yeah. And using that to maybe spot a trend before it even hits, the mainstream news cycle.
Okay, so let's talk utility then. If you're listening to this, trying to navigate the crypto maze, what actual problems are these agents solving right now?
Well, they're tackling two big ones: inefficiency and just information overload. It's overwhelming.
Tell me about it.
Right. So the sources point to some pretty clear use cases already. You've got agents acting as really sophisticated trading bots. They're not just simple bots. They use complex models, analyze markets 247, and trade automatically.
But it's not just trading, right? I saw mentions of narrative trackers. That sounds interesting. Finding the alpha, maybe.
That's exactly it. That's often where the real edge is. These trackers are designed to pick up on emerging trends, shifts in, like social media buzz, project developments.
Before they blow up?
Yeah, before everyone else piles in. They're essentially condensing this massive fire hose of data, sometimes literally the entire internet, into something you can actually use, like having a tireless research assistant working around the clock.
Okay, but here's a question. If these agents are doing all the research, all the complex trading, doesn't that just create a new kind of centralization? Like, success just depends on who can afford the fanciest agent.
That's really a sharp point.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's definitely a tension there. Some agents are proprietary, no doubt. But the bigger goal, especially with the ones integrating into decentralized protocols, is actually user empowerment.
How so?
Well, the idea is that these agents can open doors that were previously only open to, quant funds or high-level experts. By automating things like portfolio management or generating personalized trading strategies, they can potentially level the playing field,
Okay.
making sophisticated tools accessible to, well, more people, not just the big institutions. The power shifts, ideally, from a central expert to the individual with the right autonomous tool.
Gotcha. So it democratizes access to that kind of high-level expertise. Makes sense. Okay, let's shift gears then. The market hype. We all know just slapping AI on something gets attention, but what are the actual hard numbers driving billions into this specific niche?
Yeah, we definitely have to start with a bigger picture. Crypto is kind of riding the wave of this massive global AI boom, and the numbers involved are, frankly, staggering.
Lay them on us.
Okay, so the global AI market itself projected to hit $2.74 trillion by 2032.
Trillion. Wow.
And that's just the near term. Look out further, like to 2040. AI's expected contribution to the global economy is pegged at something like $23 trillion annually.
Okay, $23 trillion annually is?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a wild number. But the market's not waiting until 2040, right? Like, what about crypto right now? The sources mentioned mindshare.
Exactly. The enthusiasm is here now. AI apparently captures 42% of all crypto mindshare. Think about that. Almost half the conversation, the focus, is on AI-related projects.
42%, that's huge.
And it's not just talk, it translates directly to performance. Our sources showed that over a recent 3-day snapshot, the AI agent sector actually outperformed every other category in crypto.
Outperformed everything else.
Everything else. The market is clearly pricing in some massive future expectations. And part of that is fueled by some pretty significant rumors swirling around.
Okay, let's get into those rumors because, yeah, that kind of stuff can really pour gasoline on the fire. The sources mentioned big exchanges potentially getting involved.
They did. There's speculation, rumors really, that major players, specifically Binance and Coinbase, might be looking closely at investing in or even listing some of these AI agent projects.
Whoa, a Coinbase or Binance listing that's game-changing for liquidity and validation.
Absolutely enormous. And because of that potential, some experts believe this whole AI agent narrative could actually replicate the kind of explosive layer 1 hype we saw back in the 2021 bull run.
Okay, hold on. Replicating the 2021 Layer 1 hype. For listeners who remember Solana Summer or Avalanche, that's a huge claim. What does that actually mean for these projects we're about to discuss? Does it mean the infrastructure plays are the main focus?
That's the critical context, yeah. Think back to 2021. Those layer 1s, the base infrastructure like Solana, Avalanche, etc., they saw insane growth first because they were building the railroads, right?
The foundation.
So if this pattern repeats, you'd expect the platform builders, the protocols, enabling other agents to exist to maybe see that initial big wave of capital, the infrastructure.
Okay.
But remember what happened after the L1s took off. Then you saw massive growth in the applications built on top. DeFi, NFTs, games.
Okay, so here the applications would be the specialized trading agents, the research ones, even the meme agents.
Exactly. The trading tools, the research assistants, those social engagement bots, those are the application layer in this analogy. So it suggests maybe a two-phase thing. Infrastructure gets hot first, then the specialized applications built on it follow.
That's a really helpful way to frame it. Okay, now that we've got the utility, the massive catalysts, and that L1 context, let's dive into the actual projects. We've got 10 lined up. Instead of just reading them 1 through 10 by market cap, maybe let's group them, like infrastructure first, then utility, then maybe the social ones.
Yeah, I think grouping them makes more sense. It helps us see, where the core infrastructure is solidifying and where the different types of innovation are happening.
All right, let's start with the foundation then, the platform builders. Top of the list, huge market cap, one virtual protocol.
Yep, virtual is pretty much the definition of infrastructure here, sitting at, what, $1.3 billion market cap? It's providing the essential backbone for the AI agent ecosystem. Seems mostly focused on base right now.
So it gives developers the tools they need.
Exactly. Tools to create agents, launch them, figure out how to monetize them. And the key thing is adoption. The sources said over 5,000 agents got created on virtual in just like 4 days.
Wow.
And importantly, some of the other agents on our top 10 list, like AIXPT and Bully, are actually built on virtual protocol. That tells you something about where developers are placing their bets, where that foundational trust is building.
Okay, solid infrastructure play. Now, moving from the rails to the trains, let's talk about the core utility agents, the ones doing the specialized trading, the analysis,
Yeah.
the stuff people probably first think of.
Right, the data crunchers and action takers. This group includes agents really focused on making sense of all that complex information.
Yeah.
Like number 4 on the list. 4, Cerebro.
Cerebro, $280 million cap on Solana. What's its angle?
It's known for having quite advanced memory systems, so it doesn't just give generic advice. It supposedly provides really personalized practical advice based on past interactions. It learns and adapts to the user.
Interesting. And you mentioned some were built on virtual.
Yeah, connecting back to the infrastructure. 6, AIXBT at $185 million, and also 10, Vader AI at $28 million, both built on virtual.
Okay, so AIXBT.
That one's positioned as a powerful market specialist. Its job is basically to aggregate tons of financial data and deliver sophisticated trading strategies.
And Vader, smaller cap.
Vader is similar, focused on analytical insights, trend forecasting, but it seems positioned as adaptable, useful for both, serious pro investors and maybe people just starting out. They both show that the virtual infrastructure is actually producing useful tools already.
Got it. Okay, next category. How about the agents built more for real-world integration, the ones plugging into platforms we already use?
Yeah, these are the ones designed to automate tasks for the everyday crypto user, making things easier. A good example is 5, PAAI, around $250 million market cap.
PAAI, what does it do?
It delivers personalized AI assistants right inside apps like Telegram and Discord. They can do things autonomously, like moderate chats, create content, maybe even help with crypto trades within those platforms.
Huh, interesting, integrating directly. And then there's this next one. 3, Neurobro, at 0x Neurobro. This one sounds different, focusing on community and research, and it had a fair launch recently.
NeuroBro is definitely getting a lot of buzz. It's being talked about as a potentially leading ecosystem for crypto research and insights. Think of it as operating like a key opinion leader, a KOL, but 247.
An automated influencer.
Essentially, yeah. Engaging the community on platforms like X, YouTube, constantly putting out analysis, insights. But here's the really unique part, the business model. It apparently has an 80% revenue sharing model
80%. Revenue from what?
from its activities as an influencer, like partnerships, engagement rewards, whatever it generates. 80% of that goes back to the token holders.
Wait, hold on. So an AI acts as a nonstop influencer, earns money doing it, and then shares most of that money back with its community.
That's the model. Yeah, it radically changes things, doesn't it? Connects the utility directly back to the decentralized community, keeps everyone aligned.
That is fascinating. Okay, let's peel back one more layer. The final group, and maybe the most surprising, the social, the entertainment, even the meme agents. This really shows AI isn't just about numbers.
Absolutely. This is where AI basically takes on the job of being like a comedian or a satirist,
Hmm.
and sometimes it's incredibly effective. Leading the pack here, bizarrely, is two. Joe O.A., Gospel of Goatsy, at a huge $680 million market cap.
Okay, GOA. This one definitely flags the intersection of AI and deep internet meme culture.
You could say that. It's designed specifically to promote a meme coin, Goatsius Maximus. It operates totally autonomously on X, known for content that's humorous, often provocative, satirical, and it frequently goes viral.
So it's proof that an AI can actually run successful viral marketing campaigns just based on humor and memes.
Seems like it. And along similar lines, you have 7Billy, $110 million, which is also built on virtual protocol, remember? Billy is purely about engagement, personality.
What kind of personality?
Known for being witty, sharp, maybe a bit satirical. Uses that style in meme campaigns on X to stir up discussion, get people talking, both veterans and newcomers.
It's wild that their entire value proposition is basically personality and attention generation done autonomously.
Right. And that leads us neatly into the ones focused purely on entertainment.
Right.
Like 8PLUNA at Luna Virtuals at $66 million.
Oh, UNA.
This one's crafted as an agent with a really vibrant, dynamic personality, all about entertainment content, reaching good audiences through social media, maybe even live streams. It's kind of a model for how these things could integrate into our daily digital lives.
In rounding out this social layer, number 9 is 9. AVA at Ava Hollow, $30 million cap.
AVA is interesting because it's positioned as versatile. It offers both analytical insights and creative content, known for being adaptable, having this relatable character across different social platforms.
So it can give you market analysis 1 minute and generate a funny meme the next.
That seems to be the idea, the multi-talented digital assistant.
Man, that list really covers the spectrum, doesn't it? From the absolute core infrastructure like virtual enabling thousands of others, all the way down to these super specific, sometimes weird, but clearly effective agents like NeuroBro sharing revenue or Joe mastering viral memes.
It really shows the depth. These autonomous systems, they promise a speed and, frankly, a depth of knowledge acquisition that traditional methods just, they can't keep up.
Yeah, the speed is key.
It is. But the truly profound shift here, maybe even more than the tech itself, is the potential monetization model we touched on. We've seen agents built for humor, agents like NeuroBro with an 80% profit share.
Right.
So if these AI agents are out there, 247, performing complex tasks, actually generating revenue, building these almost cult-like followings autonomously, it forces you to ask a pretty fundamental question about the future.
Okay, what's the big question then? The implication of all this.
Well, if the influencer you follow, or the analyst whose reports you read, or even the manager handling your portfolio,
Yeah.
if that's no longer a person, but it's code that operates nonstop, optimizes for engagement and profits directly, where does that value end up? So the question I think you, the listener, should consider is this. Will our future digital communities, the trends we chase, the investment narratives we buy into, will they ultimately be shaped, maybe even dictated, by the synthesized personalities and hyper-optimized algorithms of these autonomous AI entities?
A compelling and, yeah, maybe slightly unsettling thought to wrap things up. You've now got the context, the massive hype drivers, and the key players shaping the AI agent revolution. As always, we encourage you to dig into the source material yourself. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.